remain committed to the task of taking this country and its people towards a future of sustainable structural innovation, engineering creation, and investment opportunity.
The Andrew Holness administration will make necessary transformations in order to build back stronger.
The Development Bank of Jamaica (DBJ) was the base of the country's economic recovery efforts, spending $1.19 billion in support to micro, small and medium-sized enterprises (MSMEs). The bank also issued $3 billion in loan and grant funding under the SERVE program. Over at the Jamaica Special Economic Zone, $1.3 billion in investment projects got underway. Phase 1 of the Garmex Free Zone Redevelopment Initiative was completed with the construction of 4 buildings to house manufacturing activities. Employment in the business process outsourcing sector grew by 15% during the second quarter of the year, and up to June 30, the sector brought in $780 million.
What all of this is saying is that confidence in the economy is recovering, and events like this help to bolster confidence in the economy.
Bolstering the economic recovery continued with the build-out of the island's road network. A $274.5 million contract was signed for the long-awaited Montego Bay Perimeter Road project.
I'm particularly proud of the fact that Jamaica's fiscal situation is such that we do not need to borrow to implement the project.
$133.9 million was disbursed to complete works on the Harborview to Port Antonio leg of the Southern Coastal Highway Improvement Project. The rain-damaged Gordontown roadway in St. Andrew was completed in time and under budget. And the ministry launched a routine road maintenance program. In the year, the National Works Agency and the National Water Commission deepened their collaboration by dovetailing their work.
We are in the process of fixing NWC to be fit for the purpose that Jamaicans need it to be.
The NWC named an enterprise team to streamline operations. $7.5 billion was spent on major infrastructure development projects. The Commission continued its non-revenue water projects in the Kingston metropolitan area and Portmore, and increased water supply from the Rio Cobre water treatment plant. The Port Authority of Jamaica built out the Port Royal Cruise Terminal and commissioned its utility vessel, the Jamaica 3.
We are building towards a future of sustainability.
The draft management and zoning plan was completed for the Black River Protected Area. So too was a $38 million new Negril Master Plan. $101 million was issued for pre-hurricane mitigation. And each member of parliament got $16 million to execute flood mitigation works in their constituencies.
Titles are what the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation are about in terms of monetizing this relatively non-income producing asset that we call land in our country.
The National Land Agency delivered 10,000 titles in the year. Driving this was a $60 million electronic titling project, which digitized existing titles, introduced an online adjudication system and digital cadastral mapping. The Greater Bernard Lodge development plan continued apace. And the $1.3 billion Harmony Beach Park was opened in the second city.
Harmony Beach Park represents the future of urban development in Jamaica.
Recovering stronger together was the mantra of the government in 2021, and the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation stayed true to that goal.
There is no doubt in my mind that this ministry is central to all that we as a government wants to and intend to accomplish for Jamaica and its people through growth and development.